Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston. I'm Randolph Miller. Coming up in today's show, celebrate Gullah heritage. The National Park Service, in partnership with the town of Mount Pleasant, is sponsoring a series of free cultural programs at Charles Pinckney National Historic Site every Saturday at 2 p.m. during the month of March. The National Park Service Gullah Cultural Heritage Coordinator, Michael Allen, will be here to tell us more about it. The Charleston Black Expo is a day-long trade show featuring exhibitors, vendors, educational seminars, entertainment, and food. Coming up to tell us more about it, President of Thomas Media Group, Darren Thomas. Also coming up, Bounce reporter Michelle Lemon will be here to give us part 2 of Brown versus the Board of Education, a look back at Scott Branch High School. And coming up later in the show, 24th Annual Folly Beach Sea and Sand Festival is fastly approaching. We will have the director, Ben Bounds, here to tell us what to expect. And we will also have a performance by Reed Stone from Guilt-Ridden Troubadour. The Gullah Cultural Heritage Coordinator, Michael Allen, is standing here with me. And welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
And thank you very much.
This is a good time to talk about Gullah heritage.
Yes, it is.
Now, what is Gullah?
Well, Gullah is an Africanism that exists here in the southeast of the United States.
Okay.
That's reflective of Africans who survived the Middle Passage and arrived on the shores, specifically at Sullivan's Island in the 18th and 19th century.
Okay, so now you're going to have a Gullah heritage. I understand there's a lot happening, so tell us what we can expect.
Well, the National Park Service for the last decade has been sponsoring in the month of March Gullah cultural programs at the Charles Pinckney National Historic Site. At
Charles Pinckney.
Right, which is located in Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
And what we try to do is provide a flavor, if you will, of Gullah culture. Storytelling, dance, sweetgrass basket making, drumming, dancing, a number of activities and events that can give people a flavor of what Gullah culture is, what has been a part of our American experience, and why it's still here in the 21st century today.
So we're trying to basically keep that language alive also.
Yes, it's worth keeping the language, the culture, the tradition, and all the tenets of that culture alive, because that's what sustained our community 300 years ago.
We had Carolyn Jabalule White on our show, and some of the people in the studio listened intensively to her as she told a story, but they were like, what is she saying?
Well, Carolyn, in fact, is headlining our program this coming Saturday at the Charles Pinckney National Historic Site.
Okay.
And when she begins to share her history and her legacy through the language of Gullah culture, yeah, it may make you laugh, but at the end of the day, it's to inform you about the history and heritage of Gullah Geechee people. Okay, so what are some of the events that we can expect? Well, in addition to Carolyn being there on Saturday, we have the Lincoln Middle High School Steel Drummers sharing the Caribbean connection to Gullah culture. Okay. We will have Vermel and Andrew Rodriguez, who are quilters and make Gullah toys. And then we also have Vera Manigo, who will have the signature part of our experience is at the sweetgrass baskets. Now, this will be happening every Saturday in the month of March. Yes, every Saturday in the month of March, there will be individuals at the Charles Pinckney National Historic Site highlighting Gullah culture. So we can expect something different every Saturday? Yes, whether it's drumming, storytelling, quilt making, songstress, all these different performers and persons will be at the Charles Pinckney National Historic Site. So now, is there a website a person can go to see the different events? Because maybe I may want to see this, I may not go and see that. What website can they go to see all this information? Yes, they can go visit the National Park Service website, which is www.nps.gov/CHPI for Charles Pinckney. Now, okay, this is in the month of March. Do you have any other things that are ongoing, you know, in reference to the National Park Service that people may be interested in? Well, you know, we believe that the telling of African history and stories is just not a one-month event, but it's a 12-month event. And so at the Charles Pinckney National Historic Site, we have activities and events and exhibits and displays which highlight Gullah Geechee history and culture. If you go over to Fort Moultrie, we have what's called African Passages, which talks about the arrival of Africans and Gullah people into the New World, which is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then also, if you go out to Fort Sumter or to Liberty Square downtown, we have events and activities and programs and exhibits which highlight that part of our American experience. Well, we want to thank you, Michael Allen, for being here on Bounce Around Charleston. And here's a look at those events. Coming up next, President of Thomas Media,
Group Darren Thomas will be here to talk about the 15th Annual Charleston Black Expo.